Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, unable to move, with a feeling that something sinister is watching you? If so, you're not alone. Welcome to the Stories Time, where we explore the most chilling and mysterious stories to help you relax and unwind. Before we dive into today's tale, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Now, let's get into it. Tonight's story is about Emma, a young woman who began experiencing terrifying episodes of sleep paralysis. It all started one ordinary night when she woke up paralyzed, unable to move or speak. But what she saw next would change her life forever. It was a cold, moonless night. Emma lay in bed, the darkness of her room swallowing every shadow. She suddenly woke up, eyes wide open, but her body was frozen, as if bound by invisible chains. Her heart pounded in her chest as she tried to move, to scream, but no sound escaped her lips. That's when she felt it, a heavy, oppressive weight on her chest. Panic surged through her as she tried to lift her arms, to push whatever it was away, but her limbs refused to obey. In the corner of the room, a shadow began to take shape. Slowly, it materialized into a tall, dark figure with glowing red eyes that pierced the darkness. The figure moved closer, its eyes never leaving Emma's face. She could feel its breath, cold and putrid, against her skin. It leaned over her, its face inches from hers, and she could see its grotesque, twisted features. A low, guttural growl emanated from its throat, sending chills down her spine. Just as she thought she would suffocate under its weight, the figure vanished, and she could move again. Gasping for air, she sat up, drenched in sweat. Was it just a nightmare, or was something more sinister at play? The next day, Emma confided in her friend Mia, recounting the terrifying experience. Mia suggested that it might be sleep paralysis, a phenomenon where the mind wakes up before the body, often accompanied by vivid and frightening hallucinations. Mia said, "I've read about this. It's called sleep paralysis. It happens when your mind wakes up, but your body is still in REM sleep. The hallucinations can be really vivid." Emma said, "But it felt so real, Mia. I could feel its weight on my chest. What if it wasn't just a hallucination?" Over the next few weeks, the episodes of sleep paralysis continued. Each time, the shadowy figure became more distinct, its features more horrifying. Emma began to dread falling asleep, fearing what awaited her in the darkness. One particularly harrowing night, she woke to find the figure not at the foot of her bed, but sitting on her chest, its face mere inches from hers. It whispered her name, its voice a chilling, inhuman rasp. Emma tried to scream, but the sound was trapped in her throat. The figure's long, skeletal fingers traced her face, leaving a trail of icy terror. The lack of sleep took its toll on Emma. She became paranoid, seeing shadows move out of the corner of her eye even during the day. The line between her nightmares and reality started to blur. She felt the entity's presence everywhere, at work, at home, even in broad daylight. One evening, while washing dishes, Emma glanced out the window and saw the figure standing in her backyard, its red eyes glowing in the darkness. Her heart raced as she backed away, the sense of dread overwhelming her. She could no longer tell if she was awake or trapped in another nightmare. Desperate for answers, Emma visited a sleep specialist, Dr. Roberts. She explained her situation, hoping for a rational explanation. Dr. Roberts said, "Sleep paralysis is a well-documented phenomenon. The hallucinations can feel incredibly real, but they are just that, hallucinations. However, the fear they induce can have a profound impact on your waking life. Emma said, "But what if it's not just a hallucination? What if it's something more?" Dr. Roberts gave her a sympathetic look, but offered no concrete answers. Emma left the office, feeling more lost than ever. Determined to confront her fears, Emma decided to face the entity head-on. That night, she prepared herself mentally, repeating a mantra of strength and courage. When the shadowy figure appeared, Emma felt the familiar weight on her chest. But this time, she didn't panic. She focused on her mantra, telling herself that she was stronger than her fear. The figure leaned closer, its red eyes burning with malevolence. Emma locked eyes with it, refusing to look away. Slowly, the figure's presence began to wane, and the weight on her chest lifted. For the first time, she felt a sense of control. The figure hissed, its form flickering before finally disappearing. Emma could move again. She sat up, breathing heavily, but this time, a small smile played on her lips. She had faced the demon and won. Emma's journey wasn't easy, but she learned that facing her fears was the key to overcoming them. If you or someone you know is experiencing sleep paralysis, remember that you're not alone. Seeking help and confronting your fears can make all the difference. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Stories Time for more chilling tales. Sleep well, and until next time, stay curious.